What if I told you that Apple is secretly preparing something that could completely change the way you watch TV in 2025? Not just a small upgrade, not just a new box with faster performance, but a device that could pull you deeper into Apple's ecosystem than ever before. Stick with me, because what's leaking about the next Apple TV 4K 2025 sounds more like a game changer than a simple streaming device. And trust me, once you hear everything, you'll never look at your living room the same way again. Now let's rewind for a second. Apple has always treated the Apple TV like that one quiet kid in the back of the class. You know it's there, but it doesn't make much noise. iPhones, iPads, and Macs, they always steal the spotlight. But here's the thing, Apple has been quietly sharpening its knife, waiting for the right time to strike. And 2025 might finally be the year Apple TV breaks out of the shadows. The leaks suggest the Apple TV 4K 2025 won't just be a box for Netflix, Disney+, or Apple TV+. Apple wants to transform it into the ultimate hub. Think about this, Apple Arcade, Apple Fitness Plus, Apple Music, and even Apple Vision Pro integration, all tied together inside this little device sitting below your TV. Imagine playing games with console-like quality without even owning a console. Imagine syncing your workouts directly on your screen, guided by sensors and Apple Watch data, as if you had a personal trainer right there in your living room. But wait, it gets even crazier. One of the most surprising leaks is about spatial computing. Yeah, the same technology powering the Vision Pro. What if Apple TV 2025 brings elements of that into your living room? What if your TV could become more than just a flat screen? What if it acted as a window into 3D environments, powered by Apple's chips? The idea sounds wild, but Apple has already laid the foundation. The M-series chips inside Apple TV are way more powerful than what you actually need for streaming shows. It's almost like they've been preparing for something bigger. And think about the remote. Every few years Apple tweaks it a little bit, but rumors now hint at a completely new controller, something that could double as a gaming pad, or maybe even have motion sensors like the Wii Remote back in the day. Do you remember how addictive Wii Sports was? Now picture Apple doing that again, but in 2025, with today's technology. Suddenly, Apple Arcade isn't just casual gaming anymore. Suddenly, your living room becomes a playground. And let's not forget Apple's obsession with services. Why would they pour so much money into shows like Ted Lasso, Severance, and Foundation if Apple TV was just meant to sit quietly in the corner? No, Apple wants your attention. They want you living inside their ecosystem 24/7. And Apple TV 4K 2025 could be the missing puzzle piece. Here's another twist that really caught my eye, AI. Everyone is talking about AI right now, ChatGPT, Gemini, you name it. Apple is late to the game, but they're not sleeping. Imagine asking Siri on your Apple TV 2025 to find a show, not just by title, but by mood. Siri, play something cozy for a rainy night. Or, Siri, find a documentary about space exploration but make it less than an hour. That's not science fiction anymore. AI recommendation engines could be Apple's secret weapon to finally make Siri useful. But here's the kicker, Apple might use this device to quietly lock you even deeper into their world. Think about it. If your TV, your games, your workouts, your smart home, and even your AI assistant all live inside Apple TV 2025, how easy is it to leave Apple then? You'd be trapped, and loving it. That's Apple's genius. Stick with me, because in the second half we'll talk about the biggest surprises, like price, release window, and one mysterious leak about Apple turning the Apple TV into something way bigger than anyone expected. Alright, so we've talked about how Apple TV 4K 2025 could reshape the way you use your living room. But now let's dive into the juicy details that could make or break this device. First, let's talk about price. You'd expect Apple to charge a premium, right? That's the Apple way. But according to insiders, Apple might do something unexpected. Instead of making it outrageously expensive, they could actually keep it affordable, maybe even around $149 to $199. Why? Because the real money isn't in the box itself. The real money is in the subscriptions. Apple One bundles, Apple Arcade, Apple TV Plus, Fitness Plus, and who knows, maybe even new subscription tiers. If the device is cheap enough to hook you in, Apple wins every single month when that subscription fee hits your card. Smart, right? Then there's the release timing. Apple usually updates Apple TV quietly, almost like they don't want to draw too much attention. But 2025 feels different. The timing lines up with the expansion of Apple Vision Pro. What if Apple TV 2025 becomes the bridge between your traditional TV and spatial computing? You could have people who don't own a Vision Pro still experiencing little pieces of spatial computing on their living room screens. It's like Apple giving you a taste of the future without making you buy the headset. That's how you build hype. Now, let me share one of the most fascinating leaks: smart home dominance. Apple TV has always doubled as a HomeKit hub, but in 2025, it might go way further. Imagine controlling every light, lock, and camera in your home directly from your TV, with a slick new interface powered by AI. Instead of fumbling with your phone or talking to Siri on a HomePod, you'd have a giant screen dashboard in front of you. It's the kind of thing that makes you wonder, why hasn't anyone done this before? And then there's gaming. Apple is reportedly testing new chipsets that would make the Apple TV 2025 powerful enough to rival entry-level consoles. That means you could play games that look almost like PlayStation or Xbox titles, without the console, without the discs, without the hassle. Just pure, instant gaming. If Apple nails this, and if they combine it with cloud gaming, the industry should be scared. Because who wouldn't want a single box that handles movies, shows, music, workouts, smart home, and console-level games? But here's where the story gets even crazier. Some insiders whisper that Apple might not stop at just a box. What if the Apple TV 2025 comes with, or is part of, a full-on Apple television set? I know, Apple has denied making TVs for years. But think about it, if Apple wants to fully control the living room, why not make their own screen? Even if it's a high-end luxury product at first, it would give Apple the ultimate control over picture quality, sound, and software. And if there's one thing Apple loves, it's control. Now, imagine being one of the first people to experience this. You bring friends over, and instead of just showing them a movie, you show them a futuristic experience, AI-powered recommendations, console-level gaming, workouts that actually respond to your movements, smart home controls, all in one place. You're not just watching TV anymore. You're living inside Apple's world. And that's exactly what they want. So, here's the big question: will the Apple TV 4K 2025 finally make people care? For years, it's been the underdog, the forgotten device in Apple's lineup. But if these leaks are true, this little box could become the centerpiece of your home. It could change how you watch, how you play, how you work out, and even how you live. And let's be honest, Apple knows how to surprise us. Remember when people laughed at the iPad, saying it was just a big iPhone? Or when they doubted AirPods would ever take off? Apple thrives on proving people wrong. So don't be surprised if 2025 is the year we stop calling Apple TV just a streaming box and start calling it the most important screen in the house. By the time Apple reveals it, millions will realize, this isn't just about watching shows anymore. It's about stepping into the future, right from your couch.